Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are watching from. This is the West Ham Network, and I'm bringing to you some huge, yes, you've heard me correct, huge injury news. And it's an injury boost for West Ham ahead of the rest of the season, not just for the Man City game, but for the rest of the season. And this is all about this man, Kurt Zouma, who suffered an injury while trying to prevent Jordan Ayew 15-minute equaliser, and he had to be replaced for Angelo Ogbonna against Crystal Palace at the weekend. Now, West Ham have just 5 Premier League games to play this season, and we also have the big Europa Conference League semi-finals against AZ Alkmaar to look forward to in this month coming. And at this critical stage of the campaign, West Ham are, of course, fighting for survival, and on one front and silverware on the other. And Zuma's absence for West Ham would be a major blow for us for the run-in for this season. Now, to give you a little bit of context behind what I'm actually saying to you, according to some of the statisticians and Opta stats out there, in the 10 games that he has not started this season, this is Kurt Zouma, West Ham have won just once and averaged 0.7 points per game. And in his 23 starts this campaign, West Ham have averaged 1.17 points per game, an increase of just under 60% points per game with him in the team. And because he has been forced off with the injury, we don't know how bad this injury is. And there's no way of knowing exactly if West Ham would have prevented Crystal Palace from putting 4 past us if Kurt Zouma had not got injured and played the full 90 minutes of that game. Would he have been a noticeable difference in that game? And with just 5 league games left, an average of 0.7 points without Zouma starting, should this ankle injury be worst case scenario, which we'll talk about in a second, would mean West Ham should pick up between 3 to 4 points between now and the rest of the season, reaching that number that we need to do to survive and make us safe ahead of the season. But one thing we do know about Kurt Zouma is that he is got a quick recovery record. Now, tonight, according to several sources, and scan has taken place, have said that there is a chance that he will feature for something or some part of the rest of this season or before the end of the season. Now, of course, Man City is going to be too early for that. Now, there had been fears that he twisted his ankle, which saw him leave the action in the 19th minute against Crystal Palace. But whilst any scans he has had today potentially aren't good for West Ham in the short term, I wonder what that will do in terms of his quick healing moving forward. Now, he has been a bit of a regular in the injury room. Now, people are always concerned about his knee, but he was seen leaving Selhurst Park in one of those, moon boots as well that protect his ankle and protect his foot. And several sources, especially Clarence and Hugh, have said that it's not a break, but severe ligament damage, and the ankle is still badly swollen. With most players, this season would be over, but there is a small chance he will be back for the end or a part of the season now, because he has this big desire to consistently play and get back, and he's a quick healer. To many people's surprise, Kurt Zouma does heal really quickly. And that is a positive thing moving forward. I know he looks like he has got problems with his knee and he walks with a bit of a waddle, but what we need is a fully fit and fighting Kurt Zouma. But at least we've got Angelo Ogbonna coming into the fray, being able to take up the mantelpiece, and we can have to rely heavily on his experience. And when he's been stepping into the shoes of Kurt Zouma or Naif Aguerd this season, he's been turning up for us a couple of times, a bit slow in the uptake, but essentially still solid in the back line. And as long as we have Naif Aguerd who can cover the ground alongside Angelo Ogbonna, then I think we'll be okay. Touch wood for the end of the season. We'll just have to wait and see. But it's going to be touch and go with regards to Kurt Zouma. I think we will see him come the end of the season. I think he'll come back. He'll fight fit. As long as there's no breaks and there's no severe ligament damage, then I think he's got his body knows how to recover from these injuries really well. So touch wood, he can be back on the grass within a week or two and fight fit for the run-in come the end of the season. Because tell you this now, we'll need him come the end of the season. Anyway, there's your short, sharp West Ham news update for you. Kurt Zouma could be available for West Ham come the end of the season. Put your comments in and let me know what your thoughts were on Kurt Zouma's injury and what this will do for our season if he's not back as well. And what do we do if he's not back for the rest of the season? What do you see happening in the West Ham back line? But what we do know is he's going to be a pivotal part of our season moving forward. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up as well, hit a comment as well. If you're interested in becoming a channel member, then please click on that. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, come on, you irons.